which was actually released after Volume 1, and this totally confused me at first. It tells an alternate version of the beginning, and while it starts in a similar way with Nene meeting Hanako in the girls' bathroom, it quickly wants to keep talking to him and maybe also to see beautiful spirits and angels. Hanako grants her request in a fun way. He paints 3 of her fingernails, and now she has to make a little circle with her fingers to peek into the spirit world. Through that tiny portal, she meets the Moke, small round ghost creatures that are more mischievous than scary. Hanako warns Nene that while her new ability allows her to see ghosts, it also makes her visible to them, including the dangerous ones. But Nene is completely enchanted by her new window into the spirit world. She starts using the ghost viewing gesture constantly, peeking through her fingers at every chance she gets. One day, a tiny dog-like spirit curls up at her feet. It's so adorably fluffy and harmless that she doesn't think twice about it. But her excitement quickly fades when her ex-boyfriend suddenly approaches her again, asking to get back together. Nene hesitates, unsure of what to say, but then remembers her recent talk with Hanako. He praised her for recognizing her weakness and wanting to grow beyond it. Encouraged by that, she finds the strength to say no. Her ex doesn't take it well. He snaps, shoving her to the floor, and before her eyes, his body grotesquely transforms into a monstrous creature. It sneers at her, declaring that it only wants to devour her legs. Terrified but quick thinking, Nene grabs a heavy textbook and swings it at the monster to defend herself. She bolts through the school hallways and bumps into Ko, pleading with him to save her. But Ko, caught off guard, is easily overpowered zero. The tone and events are quite different. We start again with Nene summoning Hanako in the girl's bathroom. This time she wants a popular boy named Teru to fall in love with her. Hanako, ever the realist, tells her that true love is too big